So Sunderland tonight, or yesterday, depending on when you're watching it, defeated Ipswich Town at Portman Road by a score of 1-0 in what was undoubtedly a game Sky probably wished they hadn't picked in hindsight, because it was not a thrilling encounter. So just to kind of go over the main points of what happened, Sunderland were given an advantage of an Ipswich red card. Ipswich, it was a deserved red card, and Caden Jackson just, well, he could have broke Bailey Wright's leg with a horror tackle. To be honest, when I saw it in real play, I actually thought it was going to be a foul the other way. I thought Bailey Wright maybe had fouled him, but watching the replay, clearly it was the other way. Jackson was sent off, and we had an advantage for about 18 minutes to try and get an important 3 points against a playoff rival, a promotion rival at the top of the league. The rest of the first half was a bit of a snooze. Can't recall Sunderland or Ipswich, for that matter, doing all that much. However, the key moment came just on half time. A good, probably Sunderland's best move of the match. It came down the right side, and it was Max Power played the ball in. Charlie White with a very, very neat finish. And you say what you want about Charlie White. I have criticised him. I'm sure everybody watching this video at some point has criticised him. Most of the time it's been deserved. But at the minute, he is coming up trumps. I think it's 7-7 for him, which is just mental, considering I remember him playing in them early games at the start of the year in the checker trade, and you were thinking, God, this he doesn't look interested, but he looks like the player we thought we were signing. His overall gameplay was actually alright tonight as well. I was impressed with how he played, particularly, last on Saturday just gone he played well, but the midweek before that against Plymouth he was terrible, but he's bounced back with 2 good performances, so you kind of not get all that much. Second half, there wasn't much particularly happening. Well, nothing really happened in the second half. Sunderland saw it out. It reminded me quite a bit of a Phil Parkinson performance, if I'm going to be brutally honest. It felt defensive, but I have to say we never ever looked troubled, so you've got to give praise, credit where it's due there, because I think Lee Johnson, often maybe would have went attacking, but you could have got hit on the counter attack. I mean, I personally would have liked to have seen him go a little bit more attacking in the second half, but it is what it is. So I asked some key questions. This I wrote down. I always write down key questions before the game to see what I'm thinking before the match and whether or not we kind of hit them expectations. So the first one is, can we keep our good away record? We've got pretty much the best away record in the league. I think we conceded 4 goals. I think that's our 8th clean sheet in 11. It might be our 7th in 11. We have been very, very solid on the road this season, and it looked at tonight. We didn't look like conceding. Yes, it was against 10 men, but at the end of the day, it's not our fault they were down to 10 men. They were the ones who put the stupid tackle in. And we look good. We look strong. We got a goal. We held on to it. Maybe we could have added a second. We had plenty of possession in their half, just didn't really create enough. So, yeah, we did that. We ticked that one off nicely, and it was a big win. Second question, would Carl Winchester, I saw he was in the start 11. I thought, well, I'm interested to see how he plays, because I wouldn't say unimpressed, I've just been sort of meh, not all too excited about his performances so far, but I thought tonight, first 45 minutes, I thought he was good. Tackle that he got booked for was a bit stupid, lunged in. It wasn't a red card, but it was a strong yellow, and I was a bit disappointed with that. But overall, I thought he actually played a pretty good game. I'm beginning to see that he has energy, and I think that's something that we need anyway going forward. So I was impressed with Carl Winchester in the 45 minutes we saw. Disappointed with the yellow card though, so I'm still a little bit on the fence with him. I want to see a bit more from him, but I thought he was okay. Next question, will our strikers be scoring? Ideally, we want to see both Charlie White and Aidan O'Brien getting on the score sheet. I can recall O'Brien having one chance, which, to be fair, he probably did all he could. It came across, I think it was McGeady, passed it to him, he was in the box, and he got cleared off the line. And that was really it for him. I don't think he had necessarily a terrible game, but don't think he had a particularly good one. Charlie White, though, he bagged himself yet another goal, and we mentioned it at the top of the video here, but you just can't knock him at the minute. He's sometimes his play isn't exactly perfect, but we're talking about a League One striker, and we're talking about somebody who's banging form, scoring goals, scoring good goals as well. We're not talking about little tap-ins. We're talking about good finishes. So I'm very, very happy with Charlie White at the minute, and the fact he's scoring. The last question, did we get a clean sheet? That's big for us. We've got, I think our probably biggest strength is our defence, our structure, implemented in fair play, implemented largely by Phil Parkinson. He was a defence first manager, and do you know what? if it wasn't for the fact we were so hapless going forward, you would say that, he did his job in making us defensively sound. And tonight we saw that in full effect. Defensively, just absolutely rock solid. Hopefully Bailey Wright's not out for too long. He picked up a pretty nasty head injury. He was bleeding quite badly. So hopefully he's not out too long. But him and Jordan Willis have just got a good partnership at the back, and I thought Dion Sanderson was good when he came on as well. So tonight, it's a win. It's a good win. I can understand fans maybe being a bit like meh. It was a 1-0 win. We against 10 men for most of the game. We didn't go for the throat, but we picked up a win against a promotion rival, and you really can't, we can't knock that. We've probably knocked Ipswich as well. We've probably given them another, potentially fatal blow for their season. They've been absolutely, really, really on a rocky ship recently. Paul Lambert under a lot of pressure there, and that tonight could be the final nail in his coffin. Who knows? It could be, though, the final nail in Ipswich's coffin for the season. So it was good to get one over on a playoff rival, and it's onwards and upwards from here. I will say Lee Johnson's change to a 4-3-3. I thought flexibility. One of the big criticisms of Phil Parkinson was that he lacked flexibility in his tactics. He stuck rigidly with a formation that didn't work. Lee Johnson's probably went and thought, right, we're away tonight against a good team. We will change to 4-3-3. Have that extra man in the middle, and it worked a treat. I thought it was a good formation. It just shows that flexibility, something that we've been craving for over the past season. So it's a win tonight, and the games are coming thick and fast, so it's good to build momentum. Hopefully we can have another win on Saturday, and we can just keep building up that league table. I think I've said a few times that I think promotion this season might be a bit of a stretch. However, if you win games of football, inevitably confidence comes back, and we could get promoted this season. But I still think that we're a little bit short. I don't think that we are in the top. We're certainly not in the top 2 teams in this league. I think we could be in the top 6. I think we could get in the playoffs, and at that point it's a lottery. But we've got to think that we're ticking in the right direction at the minute. I think you can see Lee Johnson's having a positive impact so far, and that's really all we can ask as fans after a pretty horrible 12 months, for everything that's happened at Sunderland and the pandemic as well. It's been a horrible 12 months, but hopefully now we're coming out the other side, and the next 18 months can be very, very positive. So thanks for watching today's video. Please subscribe if you've enjoyed it, and please let me know in the comments below what you thought of the game against Ipswich.